Hey YouTube, it's your host Fire Reiko here with another video for Kashtira Synchron. In this one, we'll be doing a combo video like you guys wanted in the last one. I'll be showcasing combos that play through, around, or just get wrecked by Nibiru, and you'll be able to tell which ones fall in each of these categories as we go along in the video. Without further ado, here are the combos. Version 1 of Kashtira Unicorn plus Stardust Synchron. Special Summon Unicorn. Activate effect to search for Birth. Activate Birth so we can revive this later on. Normal Summon Stardust Synchron. Activate effect to search for Illumination. Activate Illumination in order to send another copy of Stardust Synchron from deck to grave. We'll then activate Illumination's other effect in grave. Banish it in order to target our Stardust Synchron to increase its level by 1. And now we have a 5 and a 7, so we'll tune them together into Crimson Dragon. We'll then use On Summon effect to search for Synchro Rumble. We'll then activate Kashtira Birth to revive the Unicorn. We'll then activate our Rumble to target our Stardust Synchron to revive in defense. And then we'll tune these two again, this time for 11, into Judaishin. We'll then activate Crimson Dragon to target Judaishin in order to tag out, into Shooting Savior Star Dragon. And that's the combo. Version 2 of Kashtira Unicorn plus Stardust Synchron. Special Summon Unicorn. Activate effect to search for Birth. Activate Birth to revive this later on. Activate Stardust Synchron effect in hand. Tribute this as cost in order to special summon. On summon effect to search for Synchro Fellowship. Activate Synchro Fellowship to search for Junk Synchron, mandatory part of the search. And then Roadrunner. And then we'll discard Roadrunner as a part of Fellow's effect. We'll then normal summon Junk Synchron, activate effect to revive Roadrunner. Right here is summon number 4, and this is the point before Nibiru can hit us. So in order to prevent Nibiru from completely destroying this combo, we're going to Synchro Summon right away into a 4 to make Herald of the Arclight. And then we're going to activate our Birth to revive the Unicorn from earlier. And then we're going to sync these two for 11. This gets banished from its own effect of reviving itself. Or summoning itself in hand. It still works the same way. And then you make Judaishin. And that's the board. Version 1 of Kashtira Unicorn plus Full Speed Warrior. This one does play into Nibiru, but it does allow you to play through it. So don't worry too much about it. But jumping into it, we'll Special Summon Unicorn. Activate effect to search for Birth. Activate Birth so we can revive that later. Normal Summon Full Speed Warrior. Effect to search for Synchro Fellowship. Activate Fellowship to search for Junk Synchron, mandatory part. And then Stardust Synchron. And then discard Stardust Synchron for Fellowship. We'll then activate Stardust Synchron's effect. Tribute Full Speed Warrior as cost to Special Summon. And then On Summon effect to search for Illumination. Activate Illumination. We're going to dump another copy of Stardust Synchron from deck to grave. We'll then activate Illumination's effect, banish itself to target our Stardust to increase by 1. So now we have a 5 and a 7. We'll sync them together. This gets banished from its effect of reviving itself into the Crimson Dragon. On summon effect to search for Synchro Rumble. So right here is summon number 4, so it's time to do our precautions. So we'll go Synchro Fellows, banish from grave to target Crimson Dragon, decrease by 1, so it's now at level 11. And now Junk Synchron is live. We'll then activate Birth, revive our Unicorn, activate Rumble, target our other Stardust Synchron, revive. And then these two make 11, Judaishin, and then Crimson Dragon, target Judaishin, tag out to Shooting Savior Star Dragon. Now during that whole sequence we were vulnerable to Nibiru after the Unicorn revive, but that's the point, is we're trying to bait out the Nibiru before committing to Junk Synchron and then getting wrecked by it. So yeah, basically this whole point is just bait. Normal summon Junk Synchron, activate effect to target Full Speed Warrior, revive. And then we go into the homie Junk Speeder. activate effect, special summon Stardust Synchron, Revolution Synchron, and Assault Synchron. The combo from here for this line is very simple because we just straight up sync into an 8 for XL Synchro Stardust. And no revive or anything, but from here you would pass your turn, and then during your opponent's main phase you would activate Stardust effect to XL Synchro. So you would tribute as cost, summon OG Stardust, then OG Stardust plus Assault Synchron. Would make you one of 3 synchros. You would either get a Gen X, a Chengying, or a Dispatter, and whichever one you choose will come out unaffected because of the XL Synchro summon. On top of that, because we have Assault Synchron in the graveyard from the XL Synchro summon, this becomes 2 banishes. So you end up getting quite a bit of disruption for what looks like very little. Version 2 of Kashtira Unicorn plus Full Speed Warrior. Special summon Unicorn, activate effect to search for Birth, activate Birth so then we can revive this later on. Normal summon Full Speed Warrior, activate effect to search for Synchro Fellowship, activate Fellowship to search for Junk Synchron, mandatory part, and then another monster, Stardust Synchron, discarding Stardust Synchron for Fellowship. We'll then activate Stardust Synchron's effect in grave. We'll tribute Unicorn as cost to special summon. On summon, we'll activate its effect to search for Stardust Illumination. Activate Illumination to send a copy of Stardust Trail from deck to grave. We'll then activate Illumination's effect, banish it from grave in order to target our Stardust Synchron to decrease its level by 1. So now it's a level 3. And then we tune 3 plus 2 for 5. Stardust gets banished from its effect of reviving itself to make XL Synchron. This is summon number 4 here, and this is where we take our precautions so Nibiru is irrelevant to us. So we'll first go Synchro Fellowship, banish it from grave to target our XL Synchron to decrease its level by 1. And then we get an extra normal summon for a Synchron this turn. So in this case, Junk Synchron is now alive. But before committing into him, we're going to activate XL Synchron's effect. We're going to dump Scrap Synchron from deck to grave in order to modulate XL Synchron's level by Scrap Synchron's level. So in this case, we're going to decrease by 1 once again, so it's now -2, so it's a level 3 Dark Tuner. We'll then activate Birth, revive Unicorn, and this is summon number 5, so this is where they have to Nibiru you. Otherwise, you Synchro summon for 10, and you make Gen X. And now, because you have Trail in graveyard, a light monster, your Gen X can negate Nibiru. Next, we use our extra normal for Junk Synchron. Activate effect to target Full Speed Warrior in grave to revive. And then we tune for 5. For Junk Speeder. Activate effect on summon. Special, 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 and special. After that, we're then going to sync for 8 to make our XL Synchro Stardust. Activate Stardust effect to non-targeting revive our Scrap Synchron. We'll then activate Stardust effect, XL Synchro summon, summon OG, then OG plus Stardust Synchron into Crimson Dragon, and then we'll do Chainlink 1 Trail to revive herself because XL Synchro Star distributed itself, and then Chainlink 2 Crimson Dragon to search for Synchro Rumble. The chain is done as Chainlink 1 Trail, Chainlink 2 Crimson because Crimson is unaffected due to the XL Synchro summon, and since because of that, his search is going through no matter what, while Trail's revive is not and it can be stopped by Bell and Bystials. Bystials we can negate with Gen X because we have Junk Synchron in grave, but Bell is something we want to be a little bit more careful for. So we want to make sure that Trail comes back by making the unaffected monster the last in the chain. Chain resolves backwards, Crimson Dragon searches Rumble, Trail revives herself. A big important thing to note here is that during this whole sequence, Gen X is live against Nibiru because while yes, Trail did come back to the board, making sure that she's not in the graveyard anymore, our Stardust Synchron replaced her during the whole sequence. So we always have a light monster in the graveyard for Nibiru. From here, we'll then Synchro summon into 5, using these two. She gets banished because of her effect, similar to Stardust Synchron. We'll make Hyper Librarian. And then we'll activate Rumble, target our Stardust Dragon, revive. And then we'll go Assault Synchron plus Stardust Dragon into Bestial Dispatter. And then Hyper Librarian activates, draw a card because we Synchro summon. And then we go Dispatter, revive the trail from the Banish Zone. And then we go Dispatter plus Scrap Synchron into Judaishin. And then we go Librarian, draw a card. Crimson Dragon, target Judaishin to tag out. Summon Shooting Savior Star Dragon. Librarian's effect, draw one more time. And then we'll activate Revolution Synchron in the graveyard. We'll summon him by milling the top card of our deck to grave. And then we tune level 1 Rev, level 4 Trail, level 5 Librarian for 10 to make Chengying. And that's basically your board. You have all this interaction, and Shooting Savior Star Dragon works 2 times because Assault Synchron will banish itself to revive Shooting Savior Star from the Banish Zone, so you have 2 Omni negates off of him. And then you have Stardust Synchron and Stardust Trail in the graveyard as follow-up with your Birth, and the 3 cards you drew as well. Kashtira Unicorn plus Synchro Fellowship, Special Summon Unicorn, activate effect to search for Birth, activate your Birth so you can revive that later on. Activate Fellowship to search for Junk Synchron, mandatory part. Stardust Synchron, pitching a blank for Fellowship. And then we'll normal summon our Stardust Synchron, activate effect to search for Illumination, and then we'll activate Illumination in order to send Trail from deck to grave. And then we'll tune these 2, if I can pick it up, thank you, into 11 for Judaishin. And this is summon 3, so we're not in danger, but we're still going to set up. We're going to activate Fellows. We're going to banish to decrease by 1, so now he's a level 10. But we're going to tribute him as cost for Stardust Synchron and Grave special. And then on resolution, Trail will then activate to special herself because a monster was tributed. And then from here, we're going to sync these 2. Both of them get banished from the revival effects into Exile Synchro Stardust Dragon. And then we'll do Affect the Trail in order to special summon a Stardust token that's level 1/0/0 Light Dragon. We'll then activate Stardust Illumination and Grave. We'll banish it from graveyard in order to target our Stardust token to increase its level by 1. So now it's a level 2. We'll then use our extra normal summon for Junk Synchron and then activate Stardust effect, tribute as cost to Excel Synchro into OG Stardust. And then these 2 into Speeder. And then Speeder's effect, special summon Stardust Synchron, Revolution Synchron, Assault Synchron, and Scrap Synchron. Go straight into a level 8 to make Crystalline Synchro Dragon. And then we'll go these 2 into 12 for Crimson Dragon. Activate effect on summon to search for Rumble. And then we'll activate Rumble, target our Stardust Dragon to revive. And then we'll tune Assault Synchron and our Stardust Dragon into Genix. And then we'll activate Crimson Dragon, target our Genix to tag out into this pattern. And then we'll activate this pattern's effect. We'll revive the Trail from the Banish Zone. And then we'll sync Scrap Synchron with Trail. We'll make Exile Synchron. Right here, we then activate our Birth to revive our Unicorn from Grave. And then after this, we activate Excel Synchron's effect And here is where it depends on what boss monster you want to go for after this, because you're going to use this to synchro summon on your opponent's turn with either Crystal Wing or the Unicorn. If you want to synchro summon with the Crystal Wing, you send Junk Synchron, so this becomes a level 2. And that way you can make a level 10, which would be your Chengying. Or if you want to sync with your Unicorn, you can send Stardust Synchron to make it a level 1. Or if you still want to make the Chengying with the Unicorn instead, you can send Carrier to make this a level 3. So yeah, it's basically up to you what you want to go for after this. So I leave that option to you guys. This is the last combo of the video, and it's the Spicy Going Second combo post side deck, which is also why we have an additional card to simulate going second. It works with either Fenrir or Unicorn. We're just using Fenrir here to give him some love for the day. And then Scrap Synchron himself, or access to Scrap Synchron. So getting into it, we'll special Fenrir, activate effect to search for our Unicorn, and then we'll synchro summon with Scrap Synchron in hand and Fenrir on the board for level 8 to make Junk Warrior Extreme. And then we'll go Battle Phase. We'll use our 2900 Reed Stick to swing over something, and then when it destroys a monster in battle, we'll activate its effect to banish it in order to synchro summon Junk Speeder from the extra deck. And then Junk Speeder effect will activate in the damage step still. Special summoning Stardust Synchron, Revolution Synchron, Assault Synchron, and Scrap Synchron. And then in the damage step still, Stardust Synchron's effect will activate to search for elimination. And then we'll enter our main phase 2. And then we'll synchro summon with Revolution and Speeder into Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon, and then we'll activate Illumination to special summon Trail from deck. From here, we'll then synchro summon with Trail and Scrap Synchron for 5. We'll make Hyper Librarian, and then we'll activate Stardust effect, tribute itself as cost to Excel Synchro summon OG Stardust, then OG Stardust plus Stardust Synchron into 12 for the Crimson Dragon. Right here, we'll activate Chainlink 1 Librarian, Chainlink 2 Librarian, Chainlink 3 Trail to revive yourself, Chainlink 4 Crimson Dragon to search for Rumble. So, Chain resolves backwards. We'll grab our Rumble, and then Trail will summon herself and banish herself when she leaves the field. Then Hyper Librarian will draw us 2 cards because we synchro summon twice in that one sequence. We'll then, from here, activate Revolution Synchron's effect in grave, special summon it as a level 1 by milling the top card of our deck to the graveyard, and then we'll tune level 4 and level 1 for 5. She gets banished from her effects. Summon XL Synchron, and then right here we'll go Chainlink 1 Librarian to draw, Chainlink 2 Trail to summon a token because she was used as a Synchro material for a Synchron, level 1 token, and then we draw. You then from here go Rumble, target your Stardust, revive, and then activate Illumination in grave, banish it, target your Stardust Dragon to make it level 9, and then sync 9 and 2 for 11 for Jiraishin. Librarian draws you 1 card. Now you activate Crimson Dragon, target your Jiraishin to tag out into Shooting Save your Star Dragon. Your Librarian activates to draw 1 card. And then we activate Excel Synchron's effect. We're going to dump level 3 Junk Synchron in order to decrease its level permanently by 3 to make it a level 2. And then we go 2 plus 1 plus 5 for level 8 Omega. So yeah, this is one of the boards you can end on. 10 cards in hand with these 3, and well, this has 2 negates because of the Assault Synchron, so that's pretty nice. You could also use this effect to non-targeting negate a monster on the board permanently, so then your opponent's negates and stuff aren't going to be a nuisance to you as much. And then you have the Jiraishin board wipe to help control the board state. This can help to recycle your cards from the banish zone, which is pretty cool, and hand rip's really nice in the grind game. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time.